Hi and welcome back, my name is Emily. In this video I will be creating a card with some stamp sets from Miss Ink as well as Heffy Doodle, because in this video I will be celebrating a blog hop between these two amazing companies. And I will be featuring two stamp sets from each company. From Heffy Doodle I will be using Santa Village as well as Wanna Build a Snowman, and from Miss Ink I will use the new Little Angel and the Mountainside stamp sets. And I will create two cards in this video, and the first one I will go into a little bit more of a detail too, and these cards are called bridge cards, and I was inspired by Jennifer McGuire. I think it was like 2 years ago she created a video where she used stamps and dies and created a bridge card, and I was just curious to see how I could take that idea and transform it into a Christmas card. So that is what I was doing and the idea behind the card. So while I was talking here, I started coloring in some of the cute stamps from Little Angel from Miss Ink. And of course I will have links down below for every product that I'm using, and I will not let you sit and watch me color everything. I just kept this part in the video so you could get an idea of the colors that I used to create my scene. And I wanted to go with some earth tones here, so I'm using gray and browns for my critters, and you will see that I will not end up using all of these. I will just use some of them, and some of them I will try on the card and decide that they will go on another one in the future. So when I was done with this, I went in with coral red color here, and I will create some cheeks to all my animals. And then we will start creating our bridge card here. So here I'm taking a piece that is 8.5, and I will score it at 1 inch from each side. So here is I'm scoring this at 2 inch, and then I scored it again at 1 inch, and you can see the parts creating here, and I did the same thing to the other side, so 2 inch and 1 inch, and then I'm creasing this one. And then I created another flap that is going to be a hillside that will be the same size as the card when it's folded. So I believe it's 6.5. So you can see here how it looks. And the back piece there is 4 by 4.5 inch. So that is the space I'm having here and playing with. And I created another bridge part inside, and that has that measurements 4.5 to go across. And when I had done this, you could have done this before I creased everything, and that would have saved you the colors. You can see that it's getting a little bit more intense on the parts that I creased. I don't mind that, but if you want a completely smooth transition in this sky, you could score your paper after creating your background here. But I really didn't mind, and I don't think you will notice it that much when the card is finished. So I'm going in with 3 colors, black soot and 2 of the dark blue colors, and then we will adhere our snowbank here to the middle part. And for this one I used score tape. That is a really heavy or strong adhesive. And for the second card I will use just liquid glue, so you can use whatever you have in your stash. Just make sure that it's a product that is durable, because this will be an interactive card, so you will be playing around with it a bit, so it has to be strong so it can hold that. And then we put our last flap there, so there you can see the bridges inside and how everything looks. And since I wanted this to be a not a summer card, a winter scene, I didn't mind that everything was white, because that symbolizes snow to me, so I was happy with that. But if you wanted to make this into a summer card or something like that, feel free to use other colors at these parts of the card. So I decided to go in and use a combination of liquid glue as well as I'm using foam squares here. And you can see that I am putting all the critters and all the filler images here. Like I wanted to create like a Santa village nearly, so I wanted the houses to be there on the front and to the back as well. And here I had a little bit of a problem making sure that this fitted nicely in the background and that it didn't look weird. And to the back side itself I put some trees as well. And here I'm really liking how everything is starting to come together, and I wanted to have a sentiment going across my scene, so I did the same thing. I created a bridge here with some transparent acetate that I have in my stash. You can use packaging or whatever you have, and I use some score tape that is a really heavy adhesive to make sure that this fitted perfectly. And then I used some adhesive to the back side of my sentiment as well. And one thing I want to mention is that you really want to be careful with the adhesive to all the parts that is hanging off some of the panels, because if you want to mail this out and not deliver it personally, this card will lay flat in the envelope, and that means that if you have some adhesive parts that isn't covered at some of the backside, they will actually get stuck to the back of this card, and that means that the recipient will not be able to open the card and everything pops up, because some parts will be adhered to parts that you don't want it to be. Sorry for the long and hard explanation, but I think you could understand what I mean here. So I wanted this little cute bird to be sitting in Santa's hand, and that is soon finished with this first card for today. And I will go in and using a white pen to the back side of, or to the back scene of my card here. I wanted this to look like snow falling down my scene. And I just love how this card turned out. I know that I will be back creating some more cards similar to this, because this was really easy to create, and this was my first ever card to create with a bridge like this, and it went super fast and easy to put it together. So this is a card you absolutely can replicate, and my second card took no time at all to create, and there I was playing around with the measurements. I wanted to be more of an A2 sized card size, so I just free-handedly decided which measurements I wanted them to have. Sorry about my speech here. And I'm going in with some stardust, and I love this for my ornaments at the tree as well as the snowbanks, just to create that little shimmer effect. I think that is so beautiful, and it ties it in really well with our Christmas sentiment there. So here is a close-up of the project, and now we will be going into the second one. And for this one I decided to stamp directly to the back side, or the inner part of our seafold card. Sorry, not seafold card, our bridge card. And this is the mountainside stamp set from Miss Ink, and I created a really fast mask. You can see that I didn't take the time to cut around all the parts of the tree there, so I just used it to mask off the main tree here, and you can see that actually turned out really good. I could color over it with some fast copy coloring, and you will see here I'm just creating the snowbanks here. I'm using a C1 and a clear zero blender here, and then we will be starting to adhere our front here. And for the bridge here I'm using, I free-handedly cut a snowbank once more, and I will put a bridge inside of this one as well. And the measurements for this one was 5.5 by 4, and the back piece was 3.5, so you get an idea of how big this card is. And I had colored these houses in and I decided to put them to the front of this card once more. And the penguin is just too cute to pass up, so I wanted him to have a present and a little snowman in the background. And here comes my big mistake, because I was kind of cocky, I think, stamping directly after assembling everything. So if you do this, please don't do it like I did, because you can see here I messed up my season's greetings here, so I had to cut a circle out of some other scrap of paper and just adhering it on top of it and cutting off the excess. But I was so annoyed and so sad, because for a moment there I was like, I ruined the whole panel. And I really didn't want to start all over again. So I was happy that I calmed down and like fixed my mistake and making sure that I could use this. So I'm going in with some white unicorn pigment ink from Hero Arts, creating some stars to the background, as well as I used my white gel pen. So here is our second card, and that finished off our 2 projects for today. I hope you like this, and don't forget to stop by my blog and hop along for this amazing collaboration between Heffy Doodle and Miss Ink. And there is prizes to be won. And there will be 2 gift cards, 25 each, and I know that you will find some amazing inspiration in this blog hop. So until next time, I hope you have a really good time, and yeah, I see you soon. Bye!